following the breath, inhaling deeply a breath of life. And exhaling from the love that is the essence of all existence. And following that breath inward to the quiet and still place, what we might call the seat of the soul. Allowing ourselves to bring our focus right here, right now. Letting go of anything outside of this moment, outside of this place. And allowing all sounds, all thoughts, to simply, gently, as a leaf on a slow-moving river, float away, and bringing ourselves back to stillness. And in this place, we know that we find God. We find that inner spirit guiding and directing all aspects of our lives. And here and now, we take this moment to commune with that spirit. To know that my very life is one with all existence. And I am grateful for this knowing. And we continue to consciously breathe, allowing our breath to guide us to that inner space of stillness. And as we gently bring our awareness back to our body, back to our surroundings, feeling the chair on which we sit, knowing that we are supported always by the Spirit, that inner guide of love and life that is our very existence. I give thanks for this time of quiet contemplation. I give thanks for this beautiful day and for this opportunity to connect with like-minded souls. And as you are moved to do so in opening your eyes and seeing the beauty of Spirit that surrounds us, give thanks for this time of connection. Our service begins very shortly.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Thank you, John. I'll just turn myself off until about that. Yeah.
Over here.
He's over here.
All right. Oh, check your volume. Are you on number one? There you go. You do it. In this very room, there's quite enough love for everyone. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for everyone. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit is in this very room, in this very room, in this very
giving thanks and praise for yet another moment to come together with beings of like heart, mind, and nature, to declare and to know, to experience once again the one life, one mind, one power, one presence, and one eternal giving nature that lives and breathes and has its being in and through and as all of creation. It lives and breathes and has its being in and through and as me, this San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living, all truth centers and all truth seekers everywhere, all circumstances, all situations, all memories, all anticipations. It all fades into God. It all flows from God. Each and everything, each and every one is the divine activity in motion. Because of this, I know this service is already complete in mind, that everything necessary for the unfolding and the blessing of the highest, most resplendent nature of each of us is happening now, in this moment, with this breath, with this heartbeat. Each of us is opening to the grandest expression of who we are and receiving the grandest bounty of who we are. And for this, I'm grateful. And so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
It says on the program we have a reading, but I guess we do. You can turn yourself on now, so to speak.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And welcome to the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living. It's really wonderful to see so many people who've chosen to be here today that had not joined us before.
Yeah.
So welcome. And for those that come all of the time, I appreciate you greatly. It looks like we're switching out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Daniel. My name is Pierre Angeli. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at our center, and so it is my joy this morning to read from Howard Thurman's From Meditations of the Heart. Are you all familiar with Howard Thurman? Is everyone here familiar with him? Howard Thurman was a Christian mystic. He actually founded a church here in San Francisco. It's a very large church. The building still exists, but the church doesn't any longer. And Howard Thurman was an amazing, amazing spirit. As the narrative goes, during the Civil Rights Movement, he was an African-American Christian mystic. During the Civil Rights Movement, when people such as Martin Luther King and others, so many others, would be tested by the violence and the disruption that was taking place around them, they would often turn to Howard Thurman for spiritual counseling. If you don't know him, the book I would recommend is For the Inward Journey, because it's a compilation of many of his writings. This particular reading today comes from Meditations of the Heart, and it is entitled The Seed of the Jack Pine. In response to a letter of inquiry addressed to a Canadian forester concerning the jack pine which abounds in British Columbia, the following statement was received. And this is a quote. Essentially, you are correct when you say that jack pine cones require artificial heat to release the seed from the cone. The cones often remain closed for years, the seeds retaining their viability. In the interior of the province, the cones which have dropped to the ground will open at least partially with the help of the sun's reflected heat. However, the establishment of the majority of our jack pine stands have undoubtedly been established following forest fires. Seldom do the cones release their seed while on the tree. The seed of the jack pine will not be given up by the cone unless the cone itself is subjected to sustained and concentrated heat. The forest fires sweep all before it, and there remain but the charred reminders of a former growth and a former beauty. It is then in the midst of the ashes that the secret of the cone is exposed. The tender seed finds the stirring of life deep within itself. And what is deepest in the seed reaches out to what is deepest in life. The result? A tender shoot, gentle roots, until at last there stands straight against the sky the majestic glory of the jack pine. It's not too far afield to suggest that there are things deep within the human spirit that are firmly embedded, dormant, latent, inactive. These things are always positive, even though they may be destructive rather than creative. But there remain until our lives are swept by the forest fire. It may be some mindless tragedy, some violent disclosure of human depravity, or some moment of agony in which the whole country or nation may be involved. The experience releases something that has been locked up within all these years. It may be something that calls to the deepest things in life. We may, like the jack pine, grow tall and straight against the sky. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, I guess this kind of relates to Howard Thurman's time, this song. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.
Of course, heck yeah.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have,
This peace that I have,
the world didn't give it to
the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have,
the world didn't give it to me.
no, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
This love that I have, oh,
This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, the world didn't give it,
the world can't take it away. Let's do a joy one more time.
this joy that I have,
The world didn't give it to
the world
me.
didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have,
The world didn't give it to me. Oh, the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. One more time. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed, indeed. Is it me?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm up.
Yes, definitely.
Indeed. Well, what a beginning then. What a I think this might still be a little bit damp because I have my socks off and I think, or maybe I'm just a little cold up here. Oh my goodness, what a day. Who knows that their joy is not contingent upon the world? I want to know if we have some people. I'm not asking for believers, because belief is fine when you don't know. If you don't know, then it's good to believe. When you believe, you get to have faith, but when you know, you don't need faith. You just need, to make a decision. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do we have some people who know that joy is not contingent upon the conditions of the world? Let's see, a show of hands will work. Unless you want to stand up and testify. Testimonies are always good, because, well, yeah, so I'm putting my shoes back on here because, I don't know, some reason my feet are cold, and we'll just have to do it like this, so shoelaces and all. Man, the jack, I have this wonderful, I'm doing, people, I'm really working on my ability to follow an outline and be that person who does that consistently every time. But I got to tell you, the reading today, and Pure Angeli wanted to read that one, and I was trying to stick with the Science of Mind magazine. If you don't know what I'm stalling up here, people, this is called stalling. And so, but I'm, like our visitors here today, I listened. And I was led at the last moment, said, no, go with Howard Thurman. I was trying to stick to the script and use the magazine, but I said, no, you want to go with Howard Thurman. And when she was reading that, you might have saw me get I started moving around and looking for a pen because something else came to me. I'm really working on, we're going to get on this. She's like, you can do it, you can do it. But you know, when I started hearing about the jack pine again, I realized, Margaret Mead is breaking through right now. We say it every week. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can make a difference in the world. Indeed, that's all that ever has. Yes, consciousness is cause. My consciousness makes a difference. This is the mantra that we speak here every week. To dwell. A citizen means to dwell within. Each of us dwells within a consciousness of wholeness. Each of us dwells within a reality of oneness. Each of us is like the seeds in the jack pine who are citizens of the forest. No one thing makes the forest complete, but the forest is complete because of all the things that are there, yes? And so we are making this planet complete because we are here. And I know, if you don't know this by now, I'm going to keep saying it until everybody knows it. I love Brother Ishmael says, I am not here. What a concept. See, in oneness, I don't even exist. I'm an individualization of the divine. It's like the lights that are being refracted by the prism. We can see them, but they have no origin of their own. They're just reflections on the wall, yes? There's a line in Oh Happy Day. Dorothy Norwood, I think, and she says, when I get to heaven, I'm going to take my shoes off. Yes. The jack pine opens with intense heat. Everything else in the forest that's not designed to open under intense heat gets burned to a crisp. But the jack pine is not tripping. The jack pine is doing like Kipling said, well, you can keep your head when all about theirs are losing theirs and blaming it on you. The jack pine sees all the forest burning around, so I'm about to make some babies today. Because I don't even have the opportunity to be my full self until this happens. Are you with me so far? It's easy to be swayed by the heat of the fire, by the charred embers falling down all around. Glory to God. I passed through a portal yesterday, people. I went to Queen Michelle's ordination. Dr. Deborah spoke about consecration and being in the moment. And a young man blew a flugelhorn, a song from my youth. Chuck Mangione feels so good. By the time he hit the fourth note, I was in tears. I got caught up. Next thing I knew, I caught the Holy Ghost. I had to go watch myself. Just how big a fool did I make of myself? Pretty good one. It was delightful because it was the heat of the moment. There's a story I love to tell about the woman. Her daughter was having some challenges, and she comes to her and she's saying, Mama, I need some help. Could you tell me? I don't remember what it was. Just challenge. Stay with me, okay? And The mother takes the child into the kitchen and she puts on a pot of water. And while the pot of water is boiling, she takes out a carrot, a tea bag, and an egg. Thank you. See, it wasn't mine. It was working here, see? And she puts them in there for a while, and then she fishes them out. And she says, pay attention, daughter. Do you see this carrot? It was hard when it went in, but the heat of that water, the intensity and pressure of it, it took this hard carrot and turned it soft. But that same heat and that same fire, that same intensity took this soft egg and turned it hard. But darling, the tea bag, when placed in the same heat and the same intensity, released its essence and changed the water. The jack pine releases its essence and grows a new forest. The oyster, with the irritation that it cannot get out of its shell, releases its essence and slathers the irritation with its own being, and we have this luminescent thing we call a pearl. Consciousness is cause. And right now, we are standing in a very hot fire. And we're either going to be burnt to a crisp. Burnt to a crisp means our fears, our doubts, our conditioning, our rights and our wrongs, our idea of what things are supposed to be. And I got to tell you something. I think some of you people here will understand it. The older I get, the more I know how things are supposed to be. I hear myself thinking. I'm like, dude, you can't actually be thinking this. You can't. But no, I do think it. And I believe it. Even though conscious said, dude, you don't really believe that. It's like, no, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. See, that's the part that has to disappear. That guy has to go. I can't listen to him anymore. He doesn't know what he's talking about. All he knows how to do is reconstruct the thing that's not working. And he's very, very good at it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I in the right room here? See, they diagnosed me with ADD. I'm supposed to have an attention deficit. No, I don't have an attention. You know what we have? We have the ability to hyper-focus. You give me a knot with thread, I will untie it. I will untie it. I will hyper-focus. So if I'm hyper-focusing on the problem, I'm just making more of the problem. Because the universe works on a cosmic law, God's law. The law is reciprocity. The law is what?
Reciprocity.
What's the law?
Reciprocity.
The law means it's always true. A law or a principle means it doesn't deviate, it doesn't waver, it's consistent. It doesn't ever do anything different than what it does. Reciprocity, always like gravity, is always working. The only time gravity is not working is if you get outside the gravitational pull. And it's argued that even then, it might be minimal, but it's still there. We are governed by a cosmic law. You can call it the law of God, you can call it reciprocity, you can call it whatever you want, but it's done unto me as we believe. The children would say when I was a child, I'm rubber and you're glue. Everything you say bounces off of me and sticks onto you. What goes around comes around. It's in it's everywhere you look. Reciprocity. Man, oh man. So how does that work right now in the world today? How does it work today? Well, getting back to the outline that I so fiercely determined to. I'm such a difficult, and I'm saying this because this is how I grow. I have to just run into the principle. I'm like one of those rams, that just, they see the image in the side of the truck, just I'm going to keep hitting the truck till this guy goes away. So I have a tendency in order for me to get it, I need to prove it. In order for me to prove it, I have to challenge it. And I go after it. If I can't tear it apart, then it's not principle. And unfortunately for me, that means I'll hear something, and the first thing I do is I dismiss it. That's stupid. That makes no sense. But the moment I say that, then the truth pops up and says, really? Just like the thing that told me to before. You really want to believe that? Is that the thought you really want to keep? Self-examination is a powerful tool. We have to be willing to accept the fact that we don't know what we're talking about, but there's a higher knowing. My daughter in the Nation of Islam says Allah is the best knower. My sister Rashida's got it better when she says, well, not better, I like it better though. She says, God be knowing. God be knowing, you know, God just knows. And there's a greater experience. Darlene would say, Spirit knows. Beneathness is what we're talking about today. It's a word that the author made up, beneathness. And I was really trying to get into it, but I'm getting into it now. I'm into it now. I never walk barefoot. My feet are so soft and tender that I'm really, really attentive. You see me with my socks on up here, with this is a double carpeted platform. Okay, I just had shoes. I never got used to. I think one time I was wearing a pair of thongs as a kid and I ran across the street and that top part of the thong got stuck on the asphalt and I scraped my toe and it's like after that I'm like, nope. I ain't never going barefoot again. But they say, all the holistic healers, they say you need to put your feet in dirt every day. That's hard for me. And I actually made a place for my mom when she was visiting so she could put her feet in the dirt. I don't go there because I made that for her, you see. But this talk inspired me. So, you need to go outside today and put your feet in the dirt. See what happens. I got outside, man. It's all sun-baked. I'm in Hayward, man. This dirt is hard. This is not tilled soil. This is hard dirt with rocks and, I got the feral cats are like, are you bringing food? I'm standing there. Okay, let's see what happens. I got still. And immediately, I could feel the energy of the planet. I could feel, I like to call it the love of Mother Earth. And because I practice grounding a lot, I could feel myself grounding, sending my roots down, my grounding cord down. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool right here. I forgot about this. I haven't done this for a long time. I need to do more of this. People, we are in a grounding session. We must stay grounded. It's not a choice anymore. It's an imperative. It's a necessity. It's a survival tactic. Unless we want to be the part of the forest that gets consumed, we shall remain grounded at all times. And when we realize I'm not grounded right now, how do you know you're not grounded in the moment? Because I'm having issues with people. They're getting on my nerves. I know it's hard for you to think that somebody like me could actually be somebody get on, but it happens even to me. These are the jokes, people. You got to keep up. Oh, man. I'm standing there, and our house butts against Mission Boulevard in South Hayward, past most of the development. And they've got this wonderful fence the city installed because they wanted it to look all uniform down there. And so just above the ridge line of that fence, there's no development. It's called Garin Range. And so when I'm outside and I look to the southeast, they're bare hills of grass. Sometimes cows or horses are up there. If it's really late in the season, you might see some goats up there clearing the place. But it opens me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's an opening that's also grounding me simultaneously. And there's something magical about that. It's like a portal is in that backyard, and the portal is my observation of what's magical about life itself, and that is grounding is a part of nature. When we ground, we come one with nature, one with the planet, and Mama knows what she's doing. Yes? And I realized, you know what? I'm going to have to get out here and do this some more. I really have to do this some more. Because ask not for whom the bell tolls. The bell tolls for thee. If you can hear the bell, it's your bell. If you can hear the voice, it's not talking to anybody else. But as Brother Ishmael says, it's talking to everybody else. But you are the recipient of the voice in that moment, and it is your charge, my charge, our charge, that what we hear and what we understand, that is what we espouse. That is the way the light is being turned on in us. And when the light is turned on in us, when the light's turned on in me, my only choice at this point is to be the light. And the light consumes the darkness wherever it goes. Are you with me so far? That means when I'm standing in the midst of what feels like darkness. And how do I know it feels like darkness? Because folks are saying and doing things that I don't like. It's hard because there's a bunch of people in the world saying and doing stuff I don't like. And I can't even point to one. I'm not one of these people who can just say it's those people over there, like the Arsenio Hall, so those people over there, and just put a name on them. Oh, it's the Democrats, or it's the Republicans, or it's the black people, the white people, the gay people, the straight people. No! I don't like anybody. I can shoot them all down. That guy who's judging, that guy who's afraid, that guy who's limited, that guy who thinks I need to bring everything down to the lowest level of my own sense of my own being. And even though I like to exalt myself and pretend like I'm this great and mighty and watch, and I can strut around and I can say all these wonderful things, there's this frightened soul, this conditioned soul who still believes the limitations that his parents believed and their parents believed, and on and on and on. And so what the author in the back, man, this got me. This one got me, man. The beneathness. The beneathness talks about what lies beneath us. I can skip some of this part now. Beautiful poetry here. Let's just go right to where the quote is. I might be able to come back to that. Where is my quote here? Or what she said. Of course, please do.
When you were talking about the groundedness, I had a little bit of light illumination, and that was normally when I think of groundedness, I'm always thinking of kind of connecting downward through my feet and so forth into the earth. It struck me that groundedness is also almost like the centrifugal force. It's the centeredness of atoms.
Absolutely.
Solar systems, and that everywhere in nature there's this centeredness. And traditional cultures always talk about their landscape that this is the center of the universe. Mount Meru, this mountain is the center of the universe, and seeking that centeredness within our landscape and us being in that centeredness.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you all hear what he said? Did they pick that up? Did you pick that up, Daniel? I'm not going to try to paraphrase it. Basically, Dr. Jeff is saying that in Eastern,
Well, actually,
all traditions, Mount Meru is, where is that?
they look for some place within their landscape.
Some place within-
the centeredness. And so groundedness could also be centeredness.
Thank you, I got you now, okay. So he's using the word groundedness and turning it into centeredness. Because, maybe I have difficulty with grounding. When they first taught me the grounding technique, I couldn't do it. Because every time I tried to come back up my grounding cord, it was curling up behind me. Like a left shade. I had to keep going back down and redoing it. It's coming back up again. And eventually I wound up like using it like a telephone pole. That's not moving. And then I moved to a tree. But if you have difficulty with the imagery of sending roots into the ground, there's a center of your being. Okay? And I like to think about my heart chakra. But wherever you find that place, that's the centeredness of your soul. You want to always have access to that place, and not even access to that place. That is the place you want to live and move and have our being. And whenever we're not in that place, that's a telltale sign that we're tripping. That's an idea that I need to make a course correction. And once again, if I'm being annoyed, this wonderful book that I got, and I'm having a lot of mileage out of the book, and I think I read 3 pages, but the title alone was enough. Sometimes you get enough. The title said, The Bait of Satan. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't talk about Satan. I've been talking about Satan the last 3 weeks because I had the book right there. It says, the bait of Satan is, okay, now it's being elusive. It's not choice. It's, that's it. It's when we are, is offense. The bait of Satan is offense. Whenever we're taking offense, when we're taking offense, when those wrong people and those bad people show up and do those wrong and bad things in our lives. We don't even deserve this. I don't know why this is happening to me. Yes? Offense. If you look at the news, you're taking offense. If you're not in deep prayer, you're taking offense. And if you're watching news and it's okay to take offense as long as you have a strategy for the offense that we're taking. And the strategy, because, you know, the Four Agreements has this wonderful line that says, don't take anything personally. What an impossible task. That's never going to happen. Oh, we're going to be taking some stuff personally. Oh, I know I'm not supposed to, but I do it anyway. I know it's harmful, but that doesn't mean I'm never going to eat sugar again just because it's not good for me. It'd be nice. Whenever we take offense of anything, we've lost our center. We've lost the keel. We're no longer grounded. That should be, or could be, if you will, the red light on the dashboard. Now you can get a red light that says you're low on fuel. Means you can keep going. You know, maybe there's one of those lights that's just some kind of sensor or something. You know, the ones a utility light comes on. There's a lot of different lights that tell a lot of different things, but one light says pull over right now. You know what light that is, right? Oil light. When the oil light comes on, you've already driven too far. You don't have time to make it someplace else. Your engine could seize up at any moment. This is where we are when we start taking offense about other people's actions, because in the oneness of God, glory to God. In the oneness of God, glory to God. There are no others. There's no such thing as others. This is a difficult concept, but oneness means everythingness. Allness. Isness. Oneness is a concept. It's so universal. It's easy to surrender to the oneness. Oh, the loftiness of the oneness. But saying I'm one with God and God is all there is means I'm not the only one here. I love that. I still remember Bambi, this stuck to me as a child. Mother, guess what? What's that, dear? We're not the only deer in the forest. We're not the only people in the oneness. All beings, all circumstances, all situations are in the oneness. And in order for me to get back to my center, I have to find what it is that knocked me off the center and bless that thing continually, because that is the thing that's drawn me back to what Howard Thurman said about the place of my familiar. My something familiar, what do you say about the place of my familiarness? Where I'm back to my oneness self, where I'm back grounded. I don't want to tell no stories about me today. You got stories about you. You got people haunting you, memories haunting you, eating away at the God fantastic beingness that you are as we contemplate what should have happened, what could have happened, what would have happened. Anybody got some shoulda, coulda, wouldas in here? I'm in the right room, right? Find them. Seek them out. The Four Agreements talks about you have to stalk the mitote. You have to look. Course in Miracles says, find the places where you're not being loving and start loving. See, we're in this. People, we're here for a reason. We've been called for such a time as this. Okay, we're off the bench right now. I talked about it last week. My brother said, man, like, we're on deck, man. It's like so many people are leaving. We're on deck. We're not on deck, people. If you like baseball, we're not on deck. We are in the box right now. It's no balls and 2 strikes. It's 2 outs, 1 man on base. There's 1 pitch coming. We're either going to strike out or get a hit. And the only way to get that hit is to stand up and be who we are. And who we are is beyond flesh and bone. The beneathness of us is the forest floor. And the forest floor is not dead. It's alive. And when a tree falls within 6 months or so, it becomes they have a name for that tree now. It's okay, I don't want to have to go back over there, but there's a name for it. It basically means it is now nurturing life for the rest of the forest. A nurse tree. Thank you, John. He goes out, hikes in the wood all the time. I got a secret about John. I'm going to say it right now because I got to get rid of it. It's like I'm so transparent I don't get to keep anything. I'm a walker. I used to walk. I can walk. I'm very, very good at walking. And the first time I walked with John, he exhausted me. I kept up the best way I could and tried to pretend like I wasn't wounded, but I was like winded. But I'm like, I don't know if I can be walking with him anymore because this dude right here, he doesn't walk, he hikes. See, there's a difference between walking and hiking. But now I'm being called to hike. Each of us is being called to a higher level. It's not even a higher level. We're just opening another portal of our own beingness, another dimension of who and what we are. We are being called upon because the fire is so hot right now that the pine cones are opening and releasing its own inner splendor, and we're it. This, what we're looking at right now, is burning for a reason. You can blame it on yourself if you want to. All this is happening for my edification, and guess what? It's true. Everything is happening for your edification. Everything is here to bless you because you are one with the infinite indwelling self, and you are an individualized expression. Each of us is an individualized expression of the one. What happens anywhere is happening everywhere. When I panic, if panic is the problem, if rage is the problem, then I don't need to add more panic and rage to the equation. Yes? Scripture says if the blind lead the blind, they both fall into the ditch. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing. That there's just too... That's not even true. There's not too little love in the world. If God is love and God is all there is, that means love is all there is. And if I'm not feeling loving at the moment, what does that tell me about myself? I can wait. We can think about this. What does that say when I'm not feeling loving? If God is all there is, and we kind of accept that to the best we can, and we love to say that God is love, God is love, God is love. When I'm not being loving, then I'm not being godly. And why would I choose to not be godly? Oh, because they pissed me off. I can get back to being godly later once I get them back, you see. Then I can be loving again. And there it is. And there it is. Bless those who despitefully use you, not because you're a victim. That's how you stop being a victim. It takes courage and strength to forgive. It takes nothing to stay scared. It takes nothing to just have a knee-jerk reaction of rage and pain. That is easy to do. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to do it. We've been conditioned to do it so completely and so automatically that the program just boots itself up, and the next thing you know, you're out of control, or out of control, or some place in between. Is this the right room?
That's why I like that Course in Miracles expression that all acts, all behaviors are either an expression of love or a call. One of the two.
We have to reclaim all of our territory. That's the prayer of Jabez. Jabez asked the Lord to increase his territory. Well, if I'm one with the divine, and I believe I'm one with the divine, then I don't have any territory. I am one with the divine, which is all of the territory. And when I'm myself, when I'm into the realness of who and what I am, I don't think about territory anymore, because territory means there's a place that begins and ends, and then there's some other territory that's not mine. All of this is mine. Everything is mine. What is that? Where is that? Where is that? It says, Malachi 3:10 is usually used for tithing. It says, gather all of my treasures gather all the treasures into the storehouse. That means everything you can think about. It's interesting because the reading today in the magazine, Auntie was telling me, it was about, I think it's about the widow's mite wear. Yeah. And so in that story, the debt, the people that her husband owed, her husband died in debt. And they could take your kids and have them work off the debt. And they were coming to get her children so they could work off the debt. And she went to the prophet. And she asked the prophet, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the prophet said, go home and tell me what you have there. I need to know what you're working with. She went home and looked around. She didn't see anything. So many times we look around, we're right there. You can't see it. How many times have you been looking for something that's right in front of you? You're out of phase. We just, because we're not really present in the moment. He said, no, you must have something. Go back and look again. She goes back and she says, what? I just have this one little vial of oil. I got this one little thing of oil. But see, that looked like nothing, this little thing of oil. The prophet said, now I want you to go get all the pots and all the vessels that you have. I want you to get all the pots and all the vessels that you can borrow. And I want you to bring them all together. And I want you to start pouring the oil. Of course, she did this, and just like the story of the Amalekites in Hanukkah, the oil kept pouring until it filled every vessel. When it filled the last vessel, it stopped. He said, now go sell that and pay off the debt and live on the rest. It's a nice story, Glenn. Nice story. But what is the message? That's the most important thing. Each of us has blessings that we are not counting. Each of us has something in the house of our being that we are not valuing. And the promise is if you pour yourself into every vessel, that's the essence of you. You pour yourself, your essence, like the oyster gives of itself to create that pearl. The tea bag gives of itself to change that water. Dr. Holmes said we believe in the control of conditions by the power of this mind. I had trouble with that. Man, come on. The control of conditions? How are you going to control conditions? I mean, that seems so much like duality. I'm going to control the conditions out here, and I'm going to control those conditions out there with the power of this mind thinking my mind. No, Rasuli, that's not what he's saying. There's only one mind. That's the mind of God. We're all using that same mind. We believe in the control of conditions by the power of this mind because the mind and the conditions are one, just like I and the mind are one. And when I believe in the mind from that level, then I don't even see the problems anymore. I'm not controlling the conditions. I'm controlling the conditioning of myself. And I'm reconditioning myself to be a being who walks and talks and lives and breathes and has his being as one who knows and knows that he is one with the infinite, and that by being the one with the infinite, my task, my job, my opportunity, my blessing is to be the herald of the good news that God is real and alive in each one of us, and it is my task to bring forth that light everywhere I go. And what a joy, what a joy, what a joy it is to be able to stand in that level of heat and completely disappear and be consumed. Knowing, oh, I'm making some babies today. I'm turning on some light today. I'm releasing some pine cone seeds today. Bring it on. Bring it on. I was born for this. Each of us, people, you were born for this. You couldn't be here doing this if you weren't born for this. Your logic can't even argue that, okay? If you're here, you were born to be here. Is that logical? So, what are we doing with the blessing that we are today? Let's go find some people to bless. You don't have to start with the people you don't want to bless, but understand that by not wanting to bless them, I'm denying that level of blessing for myself. I'm saying, well, what level of blessing? I'm saying, there's a portal, there's an oracle, there's an opening within ourselves that wants to shine. It's like the prism wants to send the color orange this way, but I'm going to block this prism up to make sure it never shows orange again. But I'm the prism, you see? So now I can't be my full resplendent self because I'm making sure that some of the colors, some of the things, some of the circumstances, some of the people don't get the blessing because they don't deserve it. We all know some people who don't deserve it. I know some people who don't. Maybe you don't have people. But it's not about what we deserve. Deserve is something that you have to work for, you have to earn. I hear Victor Postolaki in my mind, this Russian minister who married to Dr. Margaret Storch. It's not what you deserve. It's what you're worth. It's what you're worth. And we all have the same worth. No matter what we don't, worth is not something that you earn. We have the worth because we are one with the infinite. We have all the qualities of the infinite. You know, the scientists say that everything that exists is the remnants of a star. I don't have to deserve to be the remnants of that star. I just am, Blanche, I am. Yes? The star produces light, has metal, has energy, produces gravity, all these different things. I do the same thing. It's kind of, they say everything is energy. We say God is all this. Energy, spirit, energy, spirit. Are we really going to have an argument about this? Not me. So I reduce myself to the least common multiple, the lowest common whatever. I'm reducing myself to the point where Muwata's not here. This is the teaching of Ishmael, my brother. Just as the wave only exists by the collective power of the entire universe, Just as the wave only exists by the collective power of the entire ocean, I only exist by the collective power of the entire universe. A star had to explode to birth me. Okay? Stars are bowing for me. Do you understand what that means? The star said, look, if I don't explode, there won't be no Muata. And so, well, I better explode then, because you know we need me someone. We need Muata. We got to explode. That's what happened when you got here. That's how we all got here. That's the horse we rode in on. So what are we doing about it now? That's the only thing. Am I going to recognize that what's going on is an opportunity for me to pray and remember who I am so that I can be the blessing for the planet right now? Am I willing to stand in that hot of fire? Because that means I'm going to piss some people off. Some people aren't going to like me. I'm trying to end right. I really am trying to end it. I had a thing a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about listening to a minister on the way in and how the minister was describing the problem with such detail and such passion that it started convincing me. I was like, dang, this is horrible. I'm not listening to that. Had a conversation with her about that. And she talked to me about going down to the Coast Guard Island for the protest. Here's a good changing the water story. This is real. This is real. This is real, people. This is what you can do. So she goes down there. She's an activist. She's about one of the most active activists I know. By the time she got there, because the plan was to send the clergy in first. So, you know, if you're going to do some stuff, you're going to be doing it to clergy, and that's going to look bad. You're not just messing with protesters. You're messing with holy people. By the time she got there, they'd already pepper sprayed. They already pepper sprayed the holy people to let you know how we think about you. One of the dudes got hit in the jaw with a pepper spray canister. So folks is mad by the time she gets. They mad. They mad. What are they? They mad. We can understand why. Because your first strategy just got shot down. We don't care nothing about that, see? So when she gets there, like the reinforcements, they think, what are you going to do? Okay, where were you at? You was late to the party. We were out here taking it on the chin, and you back, I don't know where you was, but you weren't here when it was time to be here. She goes into prayer. She says, what am I going to do, Spirit? Spirit said, sit down and pray. So she sits down and starts praying. They look at her like, oh, she's going to start praying now. Now you want to pray. Where was you? We weren't praying. We needed you out here praying before. She said, watch as I got still, Spirit told me to sing. And I don't sing, Moanta. I don't sing. I never sing. And that's why I knew God must have been tripping. I'm looking like, sing? Sing. Oh, man, I got to sing. See, sometimes we don't believe we're up for the occasion. Like Moses in front of the burning bush said, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. We're like, no, I can't go. People don't know this part of the story. Moses said, no, I can't do it. I'm not worthy. I'm not able. I have a speech impediment. Pharaoh's not going to listen. Okay, take Aaron, your brother. Since you don't think you can do it, you can take some help with you. You can get help if you need help, but I give you the instruction. Reverend Deborah, last night she said, talk about the power of love, and we're here to be the love. And she said, love. Oh, my God. 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 She said, love cannot be delegated. You can't assign that to somebody else. You can't make that anybody else's responsibility. You are born to be the loving presence that you are. And if you're not doing it, you are not doing it. And it's nobody's responsibility. Nobody else can make you. That's the thing, when nobody can make you. Nobody can force you to be the loving presence. But sometimes the fire gets so hot, we're willing to let go of our opinion about things. We decide, I don't really need to be right about it. They say, would you rather be right or you want to be happy? I don't want neither one of those things. I just want to be at peace. I want to be out of pain. I don't want the pain to continue. Well, the only way for the pain to stop is for me to let go of the thing that's causing me the pain. And the thing that's causing me the pain, whoa, there it is again, the bait of Satan. Offense. I am offended. How dare you? How dare they? There's no you and there's no they. Dang. Curse is foiled again. So here we are, people. It's not even the precipice. It's just the now. You are being called. Each of us is being called to be the divine presence today. Will you answer? That's the only question. And the only way to answer that is to be the divine presence. And the only way to be the divine presence is to be a loving instrument, a loving vessel, to allow myself to be so loving. Man, I know, that my gratitude always overcomes my grievances. That my gratitude surmounts, inundates, and dwarfs my grievances. I begin to look at my life and see that things have gone well for me. See, that's the problem with getting stuck in that negative narrative. I forget the good things that have happened to me. I forget the blessings that have happened to me. As Howard Thurman says, I've forgotten how easy it is to forget. The song says, count your blessings, name them one by one, and you'll be amazed what the Lord has done. So if you're having trouble blessing somebody, it's because I haven't taken the time to bless myself. So take some inventory right now and start to say, well, what is going right for me? What do I do well? What gifts do I have? And guess what? It's not going to happen right away. You might not come up with anything. But if you ask that question, you'll be walking down the street and you'll say, oh, yeah, that's a kind of a nice little quirk of mine. Oh, yeah, this is a nice thing that I have. And we begin to collect the blessings. And pretty soon you look around, you have a blessing garden. And now I get to tend that garden. That's the soil. That's the beneath. I get to tend my gratitude. I get to get my hands in. I get to get my feet in it and recognize that I am cultivating something alive and pulsing here that can continue to feed me and feed the planet as I disappear into the earth and reappear as the blessings that I'm feeding. And you overcome. We overcome that which made us. We shrink even smaller. We disappear. That's the opportunity. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being led here.
Thank you.
Stay to each and every one. Man. I was walking around afterwards. He said, Marty, what are you smiling at? Pentecostal song. God has done so much for me, I cannot tell it all. The Lord has done so very much, I cannot tell it all. When I was sick and I couldn't get well, he healed my body. Now I can tell God has done so much, I cannot tell it all. God has done so much, God has done so much for me. God has done so much, God has done so much for me. I cannot tell it all. Thank you. Let this be the song. Because you're gathering your blessings everywhere. In the midst.
Yeah.
We're coming to our time of sharing. And it's an opportunity to enjoy this from a place where the law of circulation is reciprocity. Realize the law of circulation is reciprocity because as we give, it is given unto us. My minister would like to say, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And even though that's not the reason why we want, no, don't let me tell you what the reason needs to be. It's the principle, it's the law. It's the law, and the law of reciprocity comes with something called the law of expectation. We don't get what we want, we get what we expect. And so let the giving reflect an expectation of increase, because we know that we are participating in the flow. And also know that we seed over 400 ministries in this organization, and that not only the ministries that are in this organization, we seed organizations around the globe that espouse this philosophy. And if you look around, you can see we have use of some seeding and some circulation right here. We're having a little meeting after that service with the court council. I want people to know I've had to step into a different level of authority, and I've just created a place, an opportunity to find grants for the center. The AI to such a degree that there's a plan in place that if we do these things, we can create the wealth we need to fix this place. But that's a whole nother level of giving, not just for myself, but for everybody here. But I'm asking for everybody to see this is the thing that I'm working on doing, see? Because as Mwata, as little Billy disappears, his resentment is fading, and I'm willing to ask for help more now than erase the rest of me. And so if this ministry is calling to you, if you're looking for an end of the year pledge or a tax, or you have a bequeath or whatever you call it, where you have to, then consider us. Because this is a place where love is happening, where love is germinating, where love is blossoming and rooting. And it's glory to God. It's a wonderful thing. We have a prosperity affirmation that we do, Sister
Basali.
Crystal Brown. Yeah, I know it is, but I was like, no, I'm going to remember this. I'm not going to. It's coming forward with the basket. We have a prosperity affirmation. Please repeat after me. From a consciousness of abundance.
From a consciousness of abundance.
And centered in gratitude. I generously give.
I generously give.
I accept the gifts.
I accept the gifts.
I accept the gifts
I
I accept the gifts
of prosperity and abundance
of prosperity and abundance
as I demonstrate
as
as
I
I
demonstrate
demonstrate
divine circulation in my life.
divine circulation in my life.
In gratitude, I freely give.
In
Gratitude I freely give.
In joyful acceptance, I freely receive.
In
Joyful acceptance I freely
So
receive.
it is. Thank you.
And if you're giving online, the address is give@sfcsl.org. And that's Zelle and PayPal. Thanks. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering.
And remembering who I am means that I am remembering that I am one with all life. I'm one with an infinite source of good and goodliness. And so I am giving thanks for all offerings, all tithes, all beneficence, all love, knowing that it continues to be the blessing of the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living and the blessing of all givers. In deep gratitude, I rest, and so it is.
Oh my goodness. I need to have an addendum. Please,
Okay.
bear with me.
An addendum.
I realize I left out a very, I can't let this rest. Because I told you the minister began to sing. I heard you. Because it's like, I hear somebody say, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm putting my shoes. Okay, I'm done. No, you're not done. So you guys are asking about that, yes? She began to sing. She said, I'm going to pray. She looked at each one of the National Guard and said, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. And she took each one. I'm praying for you. And then she started singing. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. She went down each one. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Do you know how much love that is? She's loving herself so much.
Yeah.
She came down there to fight. Spirit said, we're going to fight, but not the way you think. And love became the weapon of choice. And that's a hug. God bless.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Thank you for completing that. It reminds me of the quote of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that hate cannot vanquish hate, that only love can conquer hate. So with that joyful remembrance of the story, I invite each one of us to join in a time of prayer, to center ourselves to bring ourselves fully present in this moment as I speak the word of truth for and about each one here and all existence. And I speak in first person and in present tense because it is an acknowledgement that there is only one life. And so as we hear the words of I and me, it is an invitation to know that that one is every one. And so what I say for myself, I say for all. And so how good it is to enter the temple of divine awareness. How wonderful it is to sink deeply into the center of my being. How joyful it is to find that place, the seat of my soul, and to speak the word from that place. As I know that there is only one existence, there is only one life, there is only one creative power in the universe that has ordered the entire existence of all life. That which we call spirit, that which we call God, that which we know by many names and we feel as the one divine presence that has carved every valley, that has raised every mountain, that has rooted every tree and causes all waters to flow. That life that has breathed its very breath as my existence. God continuously loving itself into existence as all life everywhere. And the beating of my heart with its rhythm is a witness to the fact that I am living my life in a rhythm and a flow with all life everywhere. This is the truth of me. This is the truth of all. There is no space absent of the divine. So each step I take is on holy ground. Every breath I breathe is a divine breath of life. And everyone I encounter, every experience of my life, past, present, and those coming into manifestation are an embodiment of God. And my joyful play in life is to remember this truth, to know it, to name it, to not be fooled by those things I do not prefer, by those beings I would rather not know. For I know that everything is here to bless me, and that I am here to bless all life. And so I feel the heat. I feel the forest fire of all those pains and all those griefs and all of those sadness and fears. And I allow them to open the aperture of my heart and release the seed of my joy, to release the blessing of my life, to know and to name that I am a divine emanation, and everywhere I go and every place I find myself, I am the soul of that place. What can be more joyful than this knowing? And that this truth is the truth of all existence, of everyone. And so I am in divine health, I am in divine abundance, I am in divine joy and peace. Gratitude illuminates my path, and I give joyful thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for all beings everywhere. I give thanks for life itself. And in this gratitude, I surrender. I completely surrender. And release this word to the home of all prayers that have ever been uttered, to the center of perfect manifestation. And I know that it is so as it has been spoken. In one resounding voice of truth I declare, and so it is.
And so it is.
And now it is.
Now it is.
Amen. Ashe.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be a joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let it be. We let it be. Thanks. Beautiful chant, yeah.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. As I was singing up here, which I do not readily do, it was one of those moments of, well, you're just going to let it out, so,
Yeah.
because you're mic'd. Anyway.
Well, I like the way things work because I thought of this chant earlier, and then
Yeah.
Reverend Watt was talking about, well, we don't need more. Love is always here, but are we acknowledging
yeah.
it? And that's what this is telling us. It's already here. Let it come through.
Let it come through. So this is a time of announcements.
Yeah.
And the first one is not official, it's me. Because I'm feeling led to say it. As I was up here singing, I was out just looking at all these beautiful faces and of people who I know sing. Daniel, Crystal, Lena, Eileen. Well, Tylia is not here, but Tylia, right? And probably others who have just not given voice, but I know have it within them. And I'm just like, I'm just going to put the word out there. Choir. I'm just saying, choir. So I would love for us to come, and of course Reverend Mawata, who sings, obviously, to think about coming together. Think about it, John,
I am.
of a choir. So, yeah, I think it would be beautiful. What's that?
Or just sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on it. I'm working
and
on it.
individuals. So, because as they say, the universe abhors a vacuum. And we have, for a variety of reasons, one passing, walking on. Meredith has passed on the veil. And Amalisa has moved to Oregon. So our two soloists that have been steady here, have created a nice space for us to fill. So just saying that. That wasn't an official announcement, that was just me. Other announcements. As we know, we have some ongoing things that happen here at our center, so I won't go into lots of details about them. They are posted on our Facebook page. They're put out in our newsletter as well. One of them is Boxing for Fitness with Daniel, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Daniel right there, Boxing for Fitness, if you've ever wanted to move your body in that very powerful way, right? It's not just about trying to, beat something or beat someone. It really is about feeling that sense of power and fitness in your body. It's really wonderful. It happens right here in our center, Wednesdays and Saturdays at various times. Please check that out. In addition, Daniel also leads what's called our core or conscious conversations. They take place after the service, the second and the fourth Sundays of the month, so one is happening today. And those core or conscious conversations are a way of extending what has taken place within our service to further understand how we apply these principles, we apply these tools of science of mind and whatever else might be moving us spiritually to come together in connection and expand that conversation. So really lovely. As well, we've got a number of things that are coming up. Lena, I don't know if you're moving forward with your workshop. Is that still something you're thinking about doing, or? Yeah? Okay. So be on the lookout for coming together with other folks around the holidays and how we move intentionally in the holidays with a sense of being centered, right? Because there's always what a friend of mine calls forced frivolity. Like we have to be joyful in this moment. Some of us feel that very readily and some of us do not. And so how do we move with intention through what we call this holiday season, right? One of the large announcements to make is about our fellowship Sundays, the first Sunday of every month. We come together after the service and we break bread together. So we do that because we have people who lovingly help to just put the food onto platters, maybe cut some things up, maybe heat some things up. You do not have to be a chef in order to do that. And we are looking for people to help with that service. And also we bring various food items. It is a potluck, but again, everybody is welcome whether you have brought something or not, and there's always plenty. And as I remind people when I make this announcement, it is a joyful service to do that, to put food out for others. As I said, from the culture that I'm from, we say we always make it a habit to fall in love with people who feed you. It's a very good habit to develop. So think about being a person who might want to help. And if you do that with somebody else, it's actually just a lot of fun to be in the kitchen and helping to put the food out. Let's see. Any other announcements that we have in the moment? John just had a beautiful sound bath concert.
Oh, yes.
That was really lovely.
Thank you.
Coming together with sound, and the Tessora, it was sound and light of a healing concert that was done here at our center. I think we are looking at another game day too coming up soon, where we are just connecting after the service and playing games together. Some people were doing cards. The rest is, if you remember the Gratitude Cafe that used to be in the Bay Area, they had a game that was called The Abounding River, and it's a game completely about gratitude and getting in touch with gratitude. So several of us played that game as well. So be on the lookout for a game night. And then I am totally in setting the intention for two other things bringing back. One being Friday night films, showing films here and then talking about them and just connecting together, maybe having some popcorn or whatever. And then the other one is a dance and just, getting our groove on here.
Yeah.
And dancing.
Fun.
Like now, depends on the music. So me, I'm like, old school R&B. That's my style. But we'll see. We'll see what we can put
Mix it
together.
up.
Yeah, mix it
Could
up.
be all
for
kinds.
sure, for sure. So at any rate, what I want to say is that, as Reverend Mwata used to say quite a lot, it's not the center and its people, it's the center as its people. And so there's a great capacity for how we connect and love one another in this community. And having said that, I want to thank everybody who's here. I want to thank Daniel for being over there staffing our ability to live broadcast. Thank you very much, Daniel. And of course, John, for always holding down our music and providing that opportunity for us to connect
Thank you.
through spirit, through song and music. And for everyone who chooses to be here frequently. And Vinia, I want to always acknowledge the youth for coming here. What a blessing. If we think about whatever any of us have been through in life, and whether or not we had a previous spiritual existence, or existence, not existence, but let's say journey,
Yeah.
but to be raised in a philosophy where every day you are being reminded that you are the presence of God. What a blessing. Think of all the things she is not going to have to unlearn. So how joyful is that? So Vinia, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's always a joy to see you. And then I want to acknowledge those that are here for the very first time who've chosen to be with us here today, because that's really a delight. And if you feel comfortable to tell us your name and where you're from, that would be lovely. Although I've already met you, but I would love to do that. Would you feel comfortable doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Peggy. I'm Ryan, and I've lived in this area about 45 years.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today. Yeah. And then we have?
I'm Jean.
I'm Michael.
We're house sitting here in San Francisco. We're taking care of 3 kitties up on Windy Point. Not Windy Point.
Twin Peaks. Well, Windy Point, it's windy up there.
Yeah.
It's windy up there.
There's a
So
point on
Windy
the
Point,
peaks. There you
Twin
go.
Peaks, yeah, the same thing.
That's my neighborhood for years, but that's a
Yeah.
cool name, Windy Point.
Windy Point, I like
It
that.
is windy.
Yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Is there anyone else new for the very first time, joining us for the first time? I don't think so. I think most of you look familiar to me otherwise, or very familiar.
Right.
So, Eileen, kind of outing you, because I follow you on social media, and you're going to be doing something soon. Is that something you want to announce? Because that's, yeah.
So next Sunday, I'm going to have my very first self-love circle. It's going to be virtual online at 5 p.m. for 1 hour. And we'll round, we'll do self-love exercises, and then we'll get into sharing on the power of self-love. That'll be via Zoom.
Yeah, beautiful. And how can people find that information out? Details?
They can come to me, and I can share the link for the Zoom link.
Perfect. Yeah. Eileen spent some time in Scotland recently in a very deep spiritual journey and has come back, and she's sharing that gift with everyone. So, yeah. I'm a lurker online. I rarely do like any posting or anything, but I see you all the time, and I'm like, heart. That's what I do all the time. So, at any rate, so blessings and love this day. What a beautiful day it is. Correct, right? So joyful. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's it for, now we have a benediction, I think.
Not another song?
Actually, one is bubbling up. Funny you should say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is one everybody can get behind. I think you know this, John. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking alone in heaven right now.
I'm choosing heaven today.
I'm choosing love.
I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking around in heaven right now, singing I'm choosing love today.
Acapella. I'm choosing joy. What's the other? There's a lot of verses.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of-
Compassion. I choose compassion.
But as we leave here today,
Yeah, either way.
we leave here with the divine realization that the heaven we choose is the heaven we are. That if each of us is a walking, talking, living, breathing expression of that indwelling and self-existent that lives and breathes and has its being in and through and as all of creation. And this realization itself is the heaven in which we are walking, talking, living and breathing, and having our being. So rooted and grounded in this are we that we leave here knowing, blessing, allowing and knowing, and crowing to the heavens. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me.
The love of God enfolds
The
me.
power of God protects and watches over me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The power of God,
The substance of God
the substance of God
God
supplies,
supports,
supports, and sustains me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains
Thank you.
me.
Wherever I am,
Wherever I am,
wherever I go,
wherever I go,
whatever I think, do, or say,
Whatever I think, do, or say,
God is.
God is.
All is
all is
well.
well.
All is
And
well.
so it is.
And so it
Thank you,
is.
thank you.
Let's gather in a circle and sing, I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. You are the place where God shows up. We are the place. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. We are the place where God shows up. And I am the place. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up.